Good old micromanaging. You might know someone in your life who micromanages, or you might be that person who's micromanaging. What comes with micromanaging is also this obsessing, worrying, and over-futurizing. So in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit of what it looks like, what you can do, and how you can release it through EFT tapping. So we'll do some EFT tapping at the end. Let's get started. So let's look at 4 different parts around micromanaging. And the most important one that I want to share is this need to control. What is that really about? Well, often people feel the need to control situations, their environment, and other people because it's predictable, which allows them to feel safe. We've all had challenging lives at one point or another. And for those of us who had very challenging lives when we were growing up, it puts us in a position where, if we don't know what's going to happen, then we're afraid. But if we can predict it, our nervous system feels safe. The problem with that is nothing ever really goes as planned, and it creates a lot of stress because what ends up happening is the micromanager focuses so much on these minute details, everything being done perfectly. And if they're micromanaging, well, then all those people that maybe they're responsible for, they're checking every single detail if they did it properly. And if it's in a work environment, then it feels like you're constantly being appraised. Or if you're in a relationship, you're feeling like you're under constant scrutiny. The third thing that I want to talk about is this sense of not being able to delegate because nobody else can do it like you. And this ties in with perfectionism. You can check out my EFT tapping video on perfectionism, as well as freeing yourself from the prison of perfection. And, not being able to let go and give other people things that they can do instead of you trying to do it all yourself. What happens? Your plate gets too full, and then too much stress, too much overwhelm, which actually amplifies that cortisol and those stress hormones, and then you're in more fight or flight, and then you're obsessing and over-futurizing more and micromanaging more. So it creates this vicious cycle. The other piece that I want to mention, the last piece, is this overactive mind. And a lot of the time, this overactive mind is over-futurizing and thinking about tasks and things that need to be done and planning everything. So there's, again, this need to control and need to plan everything. So the mind is so busy planning, that there isn't this sense of just allowing life to happen and having a balance between structure and allowing. So what do you do if it's you or if you know someone who's in this situation? Well, trust is a huge component of this. If you don't trust yourself or you don't trust others, then you're not going to be able to let go. There really needs to be this trust and this building relationship where you can communicate how you feel and be honest with each other. Without that, then there's no letting go. And there's no openness to accepting other people's opinions, which is another thing to do, is being open to other people's opinions. Letting go of perfectionism is another thing to let go of, and just embracing making a mistake and embracing the process of what a mistake does, how it allows you to grow and learn and evolve instead of being rigid and set that it has to be done this way. And the other piece is building resiliency, particularly, building vagal tone, learning to calm your nervous system. And, there's tons of videos online for that. I have a video series on that. Different exercises that you can do regularly and also when you're feeling stressed. So it's good to do it both times, when you're feeling stressed and just as a daily practice to build that vagal tone. And so the last thing is, when we're building this trust, it's really important to share your intentions and not keep things a secret, because that often happens with micromanagers. And then by sharing, like, oh, I'm feeling nervous about this, I really want this to go well. This is how I would normally do it. What's your idea? So you're sharing how you feel, you're sharing your expectations, but then you're leaving space for the other people to participate. And if you're on the receiving end, you can ask the person, what are your intentions with this project or situation, and then give your feedback of, well, I have some ideas, can I share them with you? So I hope that helped. And as always, when you're doing the EFT tapping, because we're going to jump into that now, feel free to change the phrases, feel free to not say it at any given moment. And if you just want to connect with your body and listen, most importantly, be present in your body with your breath and really feel what is being said, whether you're listening or saying the phrases. Enjoy. I find myself worrying all the time. I worry about what I have to do, where I have to go, and how other people are going to do what they need to do. I just can't seem to let go of this worrying, planning, and worrying about what others are doing. I can't stop thinking how things are getting done and if they're getting done properly. It makes me feel so stressed. I wish I could stop worrying and obsessing about the future. My mind races and always takes me to the worst case scenarios. I feel like I need to map everything out and plan it so that nothing goes wrong. I feel like I'm drowning with everything that's on my plate. This is how I feel, and that's okay. Because I just don't feel like I can let go and delegate. I don't feel like I can let go. Letting go is really scary. And it's okay to be scared. I keep on focusing on all these small, minute details. I keep on getting stuck in all these small details and lose sight of the big picture. Each small detail feels like a mountain. It gets me so overwhelmed, I end up going on high speed. I just want to slow down, take a breath, and let go of this control. Let go of this need to do everything. And let go of knowing the outcome for everything. I'm learning to see the beauty in the unexpected. I'm learning to embrace the creative process and all the surprises that it brings. I'm open to others' opinions and contributions. It enriches me and it enriches my experiences. I'm okay now if things don't go as planned. Things rarely go exactly as planned. I'm learning to trust. I'm learning to know that people have good intentions. And by being open to others and trusting, it allows me to let go more of what's on my plate. By being open to others, it allows me room for growth and learning. It is safe to be me around others. It is safe to let go. I can let go now. I will not let go anymore. I will not repeatedly examine details now. I can let go enough that I will not second guess myself constantly or others. I will forgive my past mistakes. I will also forgive other people's past mistakes. I will stop hunting for what could go wrong. I can't keep the future perfectly safe. I trust that no matter what happens, I can deal with it and that I am safe. So now I can try to let go of the uncontrollable. I can now let go of micromanaging others. I now work in a way that is good enough. And I also accept others' actions and efforts as good enough. And I accept that sometimes my efforts will not be fully received, and the results may not be how I wanted, and that's okay. I now love and approve of myself just as I am. I now release this need to control. I now release this need to know what's going to happen. I now release this need to plan. I now embrace my creativity. I embrace allowing. I embrace others. I embrace myself. And I embrace being present in this moment. Okay. And as always, tune in again. See how you're feeling now compared to the beginning of the video. It's always good at the beginning to do a quick scan, forgot to mention that, and just see where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. How much tension, how intense is the situation for you? And then look at how are you feeling now? What do you feel in your body? Did your thoughts shift? Do you feel a release? Do you feel lighter? And do you feel like you can embrace those positive things about yourself and that you can embrace that safety? So to recap, this over-futurizing, obsessing, and micromanaging really stems for a need to control and to feel safe and trying to make things predictable. The lack of trust that people may have really interferes with being able to have open, honest relationships where you can say what you need and then you're open to others and what they can give. And then as well, allowing you to be present with the creative process, be present with yourself, and just allow things to happen and unfold while still balancing that structure and, planning aspect, which is great, but just not letting it take over. I'm Tanya. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more EFT tapping videos inspired by Pete Walkers. Take care.